Shout out Austin Reeves. Honestly, shout out Austin Reeves. The man hooped, because if he did not hoop, we would have been seeing the Lakers losing to the Brooklyn Nets. The horrific, the terrible Brooklyn Nets. And also shout out to D'Lo. I mean, D'Lo missing a game winner. No shock there. But with this game right here, like, the Nets are in free fall. And the annoying thing is their ticket prices still won't go down. I'm going over to New York in like 2.5 weeks, and I'm not bothered paying. Like, it's actually at the stage where I might just get nosebleeds in Madison Square Garden, because I'm not paying €100 for good tickets to watch the Brooklyn Nets play basketball. But still, like, we've got a game right here where it was a 1-point game, and Austin Reeves with 38 points. Austin Reeves with 38, and the likes of like D'Lo hooped. I mean, D'Lo's good. I do have to say, like, look, D'Lo is a good player, and we've got like a lot of, to be fair, we've got a lot of evidence for that. I don't think his time with the Lakers was the greatest, especially in the playoffs, and then him giving tips as a Indiana Fever fan to WNBA, D'Angelo Russell giving tips to Kelsey Mitchell, followed by Kelsey Mitchell having the worst playoffs ever, was not great. But in this game right here, you had Ben Simmons playing, D'Lo with 7 of 15 from the field, like 19 points, and this horrific Nets team putting it up to the Lakers, who, in fairness, started Jackson Hayes. Your man Jameson III played a bunch of minutes. Man, they really just can't, like, I get it, getting rid of Quincy for him. I get it. Why Bronny? Just send him to G League. But Gabe Vincent, he scored double digits. Gabe Vincent scored 10. An absolute miracle. An absolute miracle that Gabe Vincent scored 10. But, like, it was really the Austin Reeves and LeBron James show. LeBron James is 40. This fuckery can't go on that much longer. 38 assists, 7 boards on 70% shooting. Like, yeah, I get it, the defense isn't there, but, like, this is still ridiculous. But Austin Reeves almost had a 40-point game. His first ever 40-point game. And looking at the reactions to this, Hayes dapping up Jake Paul. Man, Jackson Hayes is so bad. If D'Lo had made that shot, the fan base never heard the end of it. Yeah. Like, D'Lo missing the game winner. I feel bad. I do feel bad for D'Angelo Russell, because he is someone that, like, he was on top of the freaking world in 2019. He was a first-time All-Star. He led what was everyone's second team. Like, it didn't matter who you were a fan of. You wanted that Nets team to succeed. One of the best, like, stories ever. No draft picks, a bunch of, like, toss-ins in trades, a bunch of bad contracts that the team had to take on. To get any sort of future assets. And then all of a sudden they come and make the playoffs and got destroyed by the Bucks, I think. But they made the playoffs. They did it. They made the playoffs. They won those 40 games. And then he goes and gets traded immediately to the Warriors, where they're the worst team in the NBA when he's there. And then gets traded in the Andrew Wiggins deal, which is like, they literally traded him. To be fair, I think they got a pick. The Warriors got a pick out of that. They traded him the Andrew Wiggins deal. And then after that, he's playing for the Timberwolves, playing with Cat, and it's all seemingly going well. And, you know, they make the playoffs in 2022, and he absolutely stinks in the playoffs. And then they go and trade him in the Russ trade to LA, and, you know, he makes a Western Conference Finals and is like the missing piece, the reason why the team's doing better, and like, he sucks in the Western Conference Finals. And then they make the playoffs again, and he sucks in the playoffs, and he's leading the damn team in plus minus, and they blame him for it all, even though he's leading the team plus minus. And I know that's not the be all and end all stat, but he's leading the team plus minus, and they go and ship him off. Like, it's just such a funny situation when it comes to just everything with D'Angelo Russell. Like, he's I feel bad, but you know, the reason he got thrown to the bench, the reason the man got thrown to the bench right here, Austin Reeves coming up with his best game. And I gotta give Max Christie credit. Like, he's so much better than what's his name? Than Cam Reddish at that like 3-and-D type role. Like, he's had some good games. Like, before that game, 16, 10, 12, 14, like on decent-ish shooting. Max Christie's not bad. He's really not bad. And in fairness, for someone who came into the league as a complete non-shooter, like, this is the maddest thing ever. Like, he was such a non-shooter that Skip Bayless tweeted out about how he was going to join West Brick. Or it was something like he's going to join Westbrook and throwing up more bricks when he got drafted. I was like, man, Skip Bayless said that about a second round pick. But at this stage, look, Max Christie is looking like a decent NBA player. Do the Lakers have any chance of winning anything? No. Did the Lakers win the D'Angelo Russell trade? I don't even know. Like, I know he didn't play, but like, is Dorian Finney-Smith the answer? I don't know. I don't even know if they won the D'Lo trade. But you know what? They did win. They won this game. If the Nets had won. If D'Lo had hit that shot and the Nets had won and the Lakers ended up in the play-in, this would have looked like one of the dumbest trades ever. And like, I cannot believe that you had to give up D'Lo plus assets for Dorian Finney-Smith. I don't know why D'Lo became such a toxic asset. Because I like D'Lo. I do. But in fairness to Austin Reeves is better than D'Angelo Russell. And I mean, I guess what they were trying to do, they were trying to do a lot of things through Austin Reeves, and because of that, they didn't want to start D'Lo because they want to run through Austin Reeves, which makes perfect sense. But I didn't think D'Lo was going to be a complete like negative asset you were going to have to attach things to get off him. I didn't think he was going to be that bad, especially to bring in like a Dorian Finney-Smith who's fine. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, the return of D'Lo to LA, where D'Lo played pretty well. No Anthony Davis. Look, if AD's there, they probably win that game by a lot more than one. But again, there was no Cam Thomas. Like, it's not like the Nets were stacked or anything. Noah Clowney was starting. Zaire Williams was starting. Keon Johnson was starting. They just had D'Lo from the last game. This was like this close to being a disaster, if not for, in fairness, if not for Austin Reeves and LeBron James. It was this close to being a disaster. The Lakers are going nowhere. They might be they're a first round exit. I don't see how the Lakers win a playoff series. They are a first round exit this year. They're not horrific, but that is the level that this team is.